Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tip of the Week. What we're going to do is talk about something we hear all the time. Every time we go to a convention, they say, "Would you please teach this thing to me?" It's a common move, but it's also commonly screwed up. Okay, this is called the attitude spin. This is a one-legged spin for the ladies, and this is one version of it. And what we're going to do is just have it done with 2 turns, and we're going to show you 2 exits out of it that are very cool. So we're going to start off, and actually we can show you one basic exit out of it, but we're going to start off with a passing pattern on the right side. So ladies, you're going to get a cue to this, and it's basically the way the man makes a hand change and preps you. So he's going to reach underneath and take you by the hand and push the hand out away from himself to get you to step out away from him slightly onto your right foot. So this is called the prep or the wind up for the spin. From that point on, he'll take a wide loop, bring it into a small loop, and leave it at the small loop while you make the turn. Okay, now if you want that just to be a basic turn, ladies, you can set the foot on the ground and walk straight backwards out of the pattern. So if I lowered it, she'd back out, reconnect at the end of the move, and we start something else. She could have walked forward, she could have stayed where she was. It's really up to you what you feel in the connection.
The reason it is up to the ladies because the ladies stopped. So since you said, hey, I want to stop here, you need to follow through with something.
Okay, so I'm leading the 1, 2, preparing the turn. I keep my footwork stable. My lady's just a little bit off to my right side. So I'm not leaning out here for the turn, I'm not leaning forward for the turn, and I don't want to right in front of me where I have to cramp my arm up and do one of those Tyrannosaurus Rex arms things.
And what he's doing too is he's giving me time to prepare. And what I noticed dancing with a lot of guys is they get us to this prep, and right as they're setting us into it, boom, they go into the turn. And so the ladies aren't prepared for it. So he's allowing and giving me time to actually set up, and I go, oh, we're doing a one-legged turn, and then off I go.
Now, one note on that for the leaders is you can do a fast prep, just not a fast spin. So you could actually set the lady to do a fast prep, but then you got to let her start the turn before you start looping the hand. So you could actually see my hand come back and almost slow down in midair and then pick it back up again, and there was that rhythm. And it makes that turn great. And if you have good balance, you feel like she's spinning pretty good, you can go several times. If you feel like there's a little bit of tension, like she's hanging on to your hand, then probably 2 turns will be enough to get what you want out of this. Okay, so our first exit on this is going to be a little cross from the lady. This is a really cool one. Brandy does this one great. I love it, so I wanted her to show it. But we're coming into the shadowed position, leading the 2 turns from the attitude. At the end of the second turn, she's going to bring her leg across, and then I'm going to take this hand and hold it where it is, and she's almost going to rock her body under, and then rock it back out the other side. Or she'll rock it under, and then I'll bring it around the other side, which is really slick looking. And so we'll do that from a couple of angles. The first one, obviously the one we just did, she comes up, makes the 2 turns. As the hand comes down, she goes through it. I keep a counter to the arm all the time. So my body is in opposition to keep the connection. It makes that feel really good to her. Otherwise, she's going to feel this little dead space and feel like she's falling over. Okay, let's take that from an angle coming right at you so you can see all the positions. She walks in 1, 2. I put her out on the foot on the 3. Take the hand up, give her the spin lead. She puts the foot through, and then at this point I lean to my right, come back over towards my left side, keeping away from her, bringing the hand around, and now I'm pretty well set up to lead some inside roll pass or any kind of basic. So it's more full speed. She's taking it up, going around and around, rolling it. We're working the body in a circle, and out we go. It's one of my favorites. It's very cool. Another one you can do is quite clever. It's kind of nice, but you have to look for the targets for this to work. The target meaning the guy. We're kind of a target. So a lot of the guys, when they do this turn, they step away from you and they put their feet together. If that happens, this pattern is not going to be real comfortable. If they leave their legs apart, they're leaving the target. If I step out to my left foot and leave my right foot extended, she'll do her turns. At the end of the turn, she's going to connect to the side of my leg. Now when she makes that connection, she's not kicking me, she's absorbing. So she's putting the foot there and creating an absorbing movement. And I'm going to use that to help her reverse that turn and get her right back out again. That's one really cool way to come out of that. Which, by the way, you can even do that on a simple tuck. The guy could be leading a basic tuck. If he leaves his leg there, you can make that same action where you connect to it and use it to pop your turn on the tuck. It's very cool. And keep in mind, I don't suggest this with beginners. This is more of an intermediate to advanced level dance move, both of these. Okay, so again, that one that connects to the leg is 1, 2. She brings it up, makes the turns, finds the leg, boom, turns it right back around, and out she goes. 1, 2, 3. Big key there is she's connecting right behind my knee, so that would actually bend my knee. If you go down to the calf or up on the thigh, that's not going to give, so it's going to be kind of an abrupt stop. But by putting it there, I can cushion the knee to actually help wind her up to spin her. So I'm spinning her with my hand and my leg action, because I've got 2 connections from it.
And also too, for those of you that are just trying this out for the first time, and those exits are a bit much, ladies, when you're coming out of this turn, you can actually merely stop.
Yeah.
Just use that to stop, as opposed to getting really fancy in those, and just work on that for a while.
And that could be very cool, because even with that, you're giving him a tool again. And we talked about this before, giving the guy tools to dance with. I let go of the hand, slide right down to the other hand. That's my tool. You gave me something else to lead from.
Yeah.
So that's really good to know as well. So that one should be a helpful tip. You'll have fun with that and practice it a lot before you put it on the floor for a social dance, because it can be a train wreck if you do it when you're not ready. All right? We'll see you next time, guys.
Good luck.